What is going on, YouTube? It's Executive or Ben, and today we have another installment in the COD for Thought series, a series of basic commentary videos where we talk about Call of Duty in general. And today, we're going to talk about whether or not the Call of Duty developers focus more on multiplayer or single player in their games when fine-tuning the game. And when I say fine-tuning, I don't mean in the preliminary stage when they're blueprinting their development process for Call of Duty. Do they say, okay, we're going to focus this much percent on single player and this much percent on multiplayer? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in the closing months of development, when they are forced to kind of crunch time and kind of shift focus to other aspects of the game, are they willing to take away from the multiplayer development in order to fine-tune the single player to the best of their ability? Now, in the YouTube community, it's special because obviously in the YouTube community, it's multiplayer 100%. People care about multiplayer exponentially more than they do about single player, because of the limitless content that they have at their fingertips. You know, multiplayer gives people on YouTube the opportunity to take the ball and run with it. But as I'm sure many of you know, only 30% of people who actually buy Call of Duty ever sign into multiplayer. Now, that raises an interesting question. If push comes to shove, like we were talking about, and they're forced to kind of shift around development effort, are they willing to take effort away from the multiplayer development process in order to create the best single player experience possible? Now, if we're going by the sales number, then you would say, hell yeah, they would, because 70% of people only play the campaign, so why wouldn't they try and make that as fluid and as good an experience as possible? Now, having said that, is this why multiplayer, you know, at the end of every Call of Duty's lifespan, toward the end we kind of say this is missing something, this isn't exactly right? Now, my speculation is that's because they were not able to focus on multiplayer as much as they would like to. For example, let's say Infinity Ward's developing Call of Duty Ghost. In the preliminary stages of development, they say, okay, we're going to fine-tune multiplayer to a T. We're going to add in all these new graphics, this new engine, and we're just going to make this awesome. Same thing on the multiplayer. We're going to revitalize multiplayer as a whole. We're going to make it a better engine. We're going to change around the sniper dynamic zoom in, all the new features in Call of Duty Ghost, all the groundbreaking features of Call of Duty Ghost. That is what they do in the early months of development. Now, say come 6 months before release date, when they're wrapping it up, they're fine-tuning their game, and they say, oh shoot, this campaign isn't as good as we'd like it to be. We're running out of time. 10 guys from the multiplayer department come over and help us fine-tune this game. Okay, boss knows best. 70% of people only play the campaign, so why not put our money where the money maker? Why not, invest the most effort in the place that makes us the most money? Which is, from a business standpoint, an understandable decision that they would come to. You can't argue with the numbers that 70% of people only play the campaign. So, it's not only economically smart, from a financial standpoint, but as a business, it's just a smart decision to back your campaign more than the multiplayer at that point. But is that why? At the end of the day, we look at Call of Duty Ghost as an online experience and we say, it's a good game, but it's missing a lot. The spawns aren't as good as I think they could be. The guns are kind of wacky. The hit detections might be a little off. We're missing a bunch of kill streaks as far as assault kill streaks go. The perks are kind of bland. Is that why at the end of the day we say that? Now, obviously they try and make up for that, I'm supposing, in supporting the multiplayer experience through, downloadable DLC and personalization packs, which is an excellent feature, to Call of Duty. But, does that make up for the lack of completeness, I guess is the word I'm trying to say, in the multiplayer experience? And I don't think it does. I think at the end of every Call of Duty, we always think, we're missing something. This isn't the best thing we could possibly have. And I know we're not going to get a Call of Duty that's perfect, and there's a couple reasons for that. I watched a Madden video a couple years ago, and there was a comment that really struck me. And obviously, when EA releases trailers for their games, everybody's like, well, this is the same as last year, same as the year before that, nothing's changed. And some comment really kind of opened my eyes to the subject. And the comment said, do people really think they are just going to address every single problem in a new game? Because if they did that, if they completely went balls to the walls in one game, then they wouldn't have a series anymore. You have to think that games like NBA and Madden, they're franchises, just as Call of Duty are. It's a franchise. If they just made a perfect game once, nobody would buy any game after that because they couldn't improve upon their game. So while we are looking for the best experience possible in Call of Duty, and I'm sure the developers are trying to give us the best experience possible, I don't think the developers are trying to make the perfect Call of Duty, because if they do that, then they have nothing else to go after. And the Call of Duty sales numbers just keep increasing as the years go on. So really, they're building a franchise, they're building a brand, and they've done that. So there's really no reason for them from a financial standpoint to say, okay, this is it. This is the perfect Call of Duty. We're going all out on this one. And we're not going to try anything new. We're just going to listen to what the community says, and we're just going to, they wouldn't test anything. They just listen to community feedback so much until there's a point where they can't improve upon their game at all, and then the Call of Duty franchise would be sunk after that because there'd be no room to expand upon anything. Now, I think the 3-year cycle of developers will greatly improve the Call of Duty multiplayer experience because there will be more time to focus on the moneymaker, the campaign, but at the same time, take a look at the multiplayer and say, okay, this isn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. People probably aren't going to like this. Let's take the time now and let's fix it instead of, releasing this game with a half-ass multiplayer like we've seen in some of the Call of Duty aspects of multiplayer. Let's give the people more assault kill streaks. Let's expand on the perks. Let's work on this spawn thing we got going on because it is screwed up right now, and I'm sure they know that. I'm sure Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer aren't sitting at a table saying, people are gonna hate these spawns. Let's toss it in the game. No, they're trying to create a more fluid experience, and sometimes it doesn't work out. And they probably know that. They probably know that it isn't the best spawning system that they've ever made, but they just don't have the time to go back and to fix all that stuff. So I think the 3-year development cycle will help with that. If you enjoyed the video, please click like, comment, subscribe if you want more videos. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave you with some Black Ops 2 gameplay in the background so you guys can see the wrap-up of that game. I was going absolutely off on those kids. Like I said before, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.